Are vaccines answer to the next level of rally in stock market and answer to the entire COVID in the world? So this is the topic you're going to discuss today in this video. So hi, hello, this is Ganesan, your Melena coach and author of the book Money Leaks. And this COVID vaccine has brought in lots of smiles among the people because it is killing lots of people and it is deteriorating the economy. And once the vaccine news came over in the way of Pfizer and earlier Sputnik from Russia has provided news. And in the last month, in this month, not last month, in this month itself, we got news from Pfizer, one of the US company, and one more company, Moderna or whatever. So that company also said that we have 94% positive positive rates, people getting treated because of their vaccines. So the things are looking good, but the problem is, will it be the answer to the next level of stock market rally? This is what you're going to see today, right? So earlier in the last 8 months, we have been struggling a lot with what will happen to the economy, what will happen to the people, and all across the world, because entire economy was shut down all across the world, and spike in death rate, and it has got brought in fear among the people in across the world. Not we can't see any exceptions. Everybody were feared, but still people in US didn't wear mask for a very long time, and now the newly elected president Joe Biden is saying that you should wear mask, and so is saying all this stuff to control the COVID. But the point is, whatever happens in the real world, the stock market world, it is rallying like anything. There was a big drop when lockdown was announced for a week's time, and from then on there was no turning back. Now it does all across the world, in each and every country, most of the stock market has reached its pre-COVID levels, and even breached. Even in India, Sensex has breached 43,000 for the first time, and it's going at a brisk pace. And with the news of COVID, Pfizer and Moderna, will it change the things forever? Point is, Pfizer, when they announced, they told that they need two vaccines needs to be given, two doses of vaccine, and it's not about the money, it's about the two vaccines, and it has to be stored in -70 degree. When you see in India, we don't have such kind of cold chain facility, and supply chain will be the huge issue in India when it needs to be administered to people all across India, because vaccination is such that if you leave more than one third of the population or two-thirds of the population, anyway this will spread, right? And the rates at how many months or years this vaccine will be effective, this needs to be analyzed, because Pfizer didn't disclose that information, and Sputnik also didn't say that, and Moderna, I doubt whether they also provide such kind of information. As of now, they are able to treat people who has got affected with COVID. That's a huge positive news. But will it be enough for the rally? I don't think so, because the underlying data in India, if you look at, we had huge the COVID spikes had gone down. Hope it stays at that level. That is the only prayer I do, and most of you will also do, right? But the problem is we don't know, because the once the airlines opens up, if the all the country people started traveling all across, that might again start the next level of COVID spread. That might be the problem for India. Even earlier, that was a problem. The people who started coming from all across the world to India, and for example, the best example is Kerala, where they had zero levels till I think May or somewhere, and slowly the COVID people started, the COVID positive people started going up, just because they opened up the airlines, and Gulf people from Gulf and all across the world, they started coming into, NRI started coming in, and because of which the COVID has started rising in the state, and they are struggling for a very long time. So this is the problem with India, and the cold and supply chain logistics and the production level. Most of the vaccines has been ordered by the developed countries, and we are one of the emerging economy. And if that is the case, that will be the huge problem, because the doses will not be enough for the developed countries itself. And what will happen for the next year, because next year only it will be in full production, and the entire dosage will be not enough even for the developed countries. When it comes to India, we will still be struggling with respect to vaccines. And the only positive news is we have three companies which are positive, and we have Serum Institute who are going to produce vaccinations. They are the whole biggest vaccine producing company. Serum Institute is from India, Pune. Cyrus Poonawalla is the owner of Serum Institute, and it all depends on how quickly they are also in the vaccine development stages. Let's see, we also produce some vaccine, and we also develop something, because more positive news are coming up. Will it be the next rally? Let's go into stock market right now. And the underlying point is US has started buying junk bonds right from the April month, because they told that until everything's gets things positive things turns up, US will start the Fed will start buying junk bonds, meaning all the corporate bonds, if it is getting defaulted, they will go and buy. If that is the case, how long it will keep on going? Because it happened in mortgage crisis already. uh, US home loans were being prepared as a mortgage bonds, and it has been transferring between the banks, and that exploded on one day, and that created a huge crisis for people, not only in US, for everybody across the world. And they are trying to do one more thing, which junk bonds. We don't know how long it will go, and the same goes with the problem in India, because the effect of the effect of lockdown, which happened in India in the April and May month, that will have a serious effect. And followingly, the number of people who are working, the migrants and all the other issues, the labor issues are still there. And all the companies are now working with almost 80% capacity pre-COVID levels. But again, will they be able to match the 2 months losses? Will it have an effect on the earnings per share and all these stuffs? That needs to be answered in the coming months, because if that has a serious effect in the last 2 quarters, maybe they will be able to push up sales. And this is not the one time issue which came because of COVID. Already in India, for the last 7 quarters, before March month, I'm saying, for the 7 quarters, we have been in a decline mode. The GDP were in a decline mode. It's not that GDP suddenly went to minus negative. The rapid space in which it went to negative, maybe because of COVID. But the problem is, already we were in that stage. Now, with rising COVID cases in US, and the second and third wave of COVID cases coming up in US and Europe, that will have a serious effect on the way the economy is. Even if India's economy is doing good, we need to export, and we need to do most of the companies are dependent upon European economy and US economy. If that is the case, that will have a serious effect on the earnings of the nifty companies, the top 50 companies. Just look at the case of Tata Steel and Tata Motors. Most of the things are dependent upon European countries. And Motherson Sumi, one of the auto ancillary company, they are dependent on Europe. If you look at the number of companies which depend upon European things, that itself is huge. If that is the case, what will happen to those kind of companies in the next 1 year? I'm looking at next 1 year till 2021 end, 2021 December. We are in 2020 November. For the next year end, it's going to be very, very difficult. Though vaccine is one of the positive news, that is the only way we can look at. And the golden supply chain in India, as I said, Pfizer requires minus 70 degrees, so that is a reason. And though they say that it can develop for all across India, it will take lots of efforts. But when it comes to Moderna, they say that they need cold chain on the minus 20 degree. Though we can manage, but supply chain will be the huge issue. Reaching out to people all across the villages and all across the states, and the effectiveness in the sense how far, if you put a vaccine, will it be staying for the next 2 to 3 years, or 5 years, or 10 years? Or that will be the things. And dosages, how long, how frequently, either two dosage or three dosage, that requires things. And all these things needs to be analyzed, studied. And once final approval comes for these companies in US, then when it reaches India, all these things needs to be analyzed for Indian population. Let's look at what happens. But the problem in India, it's not only with respect to the vaccine, it also depends upon the economy, which was already facing a huge challenges. And because the three things where economic and grow is government expenditure, private expenditure, these are the two things. And tax collection is a tantrum. It's like it has went below like anything. And we can't purely depend upon the GST collection, because 6 months pent up demand had showed up. That's how we can see it. And for the government expenditure, government is not spending a lot, and they are very conservative during these times. And private expenditure already almost nil. Private expenses almost nil when it comes to spending. So if this is the case, what will happen to the underlying economy? The demand should grow, but people are not able to not spending, because they don't have money. The people had lost job, the salary cuts are there. And if you look at most of the hotel industry, service industry is almost shut for quite a long time. And schools and colleges are almost shut, and though it's online, the salaries have been cut for most of the schools and colleges. If that is the case, how far they will go and spend? And if everything has been spent in Diwali, for the next 2 3 months is going to be crucial when it comes to how far the economy is performing. Let's look at, but this is not the only thing. The vaccine is underlying positive news, but when it comes to, is it the only positive line for the next level of growth in stock market? You need to be very very careful. So don't go out and buy full. If you are sitting in a big profit, it's better to take your book your profit and come out, or take it in a staggered manner, and so that your profit is safe. Don't leave your money as it is, so that and finally regret of not taking your money out at a good profit, because this is a good time in stock market. Rallies are going like anything. It's like one way rally up, and we don't know how far it will fall. Just remember what happened in the March last week. It might repeat, it might be more serious than that. So better be careful than be like it won't affect, right? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, if you have any questions with respect to this video, please post your questions and comments, so that I can post interesting videos based on that and answer your questions as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to this video, so that I keep producing lots of videos contents like this. Thank you so much.